feel honored to be in these situations that I could use my voice and do the things I do. Yeah, I'm inspired by, you know, life and all sorts of things. You can say something right now and it would inspire me to write a song or something to happen. You know, most kings just happen to be inspired by Basquiat drawing, you know, the drawing, and you had most young kings get their head cut off on the bottom. And I looked at that and I was like, it's powerful. You know, just the statement in itself, you know, lends itself for a song. The song starts inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up, I'm tired. And then it's just, they build me up to break me down, to build me up again. They're like, Hov, we need you back so we can kill your ass again. You know, it's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success, period. I walk in every room as myself. I don't walk in any room as anyone else. I'm not cowering, I'm not speaking soft, my voice doesn't change, it sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak for us, and that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those rooms, and so yes. It's like, you know, don't listen to anyone. Everybody's scared. You know, everyone tells you how things worked out, but it worked out for you that way. So don't listen to anyone because their experience is unique to who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people will try to put their fears on you. You can't do that. No, you can't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they just projecting, they're putting things that they don't believe that they can do on you. And you may possibly do it. Like my uncle, like he was telling me, like, my uncle said I never sell 1 million records. I sold 1 million records like 1 million times. You know, so he was, I'm his nephew. I don't think he meant any malice.
He wanted the best for you, but
he just was projecting his fears and things that, like, are you crazy? How are you gonna do that? How? You know, I'm sure there's things that I do now that he can't believe that I was able to accomplish. But he couldn't even see it at the time. So he was just projecting, putting his fears on me. So the whole thing is just, you know, and always believe you're great, even before anybody else believes it. You know, it's an extension of my family. It's like the things that I do. I tell my family all the time. I tell my grandmother, my mom, you know, they're proud. They're super proud and strong women, and they won't ask me for anything. And I say, man, you know, there are times where I don't want to get my picture taken, and I want to eat, and you know, paparazzi like take photos in your face and screaming at you and like taking pictures, and you can't take your kid to the park. And I'm like, those are the sort of things that give the reason why I'm okay with it, and why I can cope and live with these things without, you know, much as a complaint. It's the things that it allows me to do, the spaces that it affords me, the rooms I'm allowed to go in as myself. It deals for the most part with success. It deals with people who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you die for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're gonna change who you are. You're gonna change, you know, you can't do the same things that you can't hang on the corner. Some people may not be comfortable with that. And then it deals with the other side of success, how people look at you when you're successful. Media medals, people sue you, settle. Every step you take, they remind you again. So no matter how far you are, you still have that stigma on you of where you come from when you walk inside the door. Even if you have a tuxedo on, it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy who used to be this and did that. Most kings get their head cut off, right? I mean, in war, battle, and in life. At the end of the day, you've achieved everything you want. You made it to the top of the throne, and at the end of the day, you just get your head cut off. Do things that are true to you. You know, most things that I'm involved with are extension of being creative. You know, Rockaway is a clothing company. You know, it's part of who you are, and hip hop is your attitude and what you're trying to express, how you dress. You know, I love sports growing up. I grew up in a household where sports was on 24/7. So these are all things that are, you know, are comfortable for me. You know, these are things that I like. So I would just say get involved in things that you love, and also have have a standard for yourself and have some sort of integrity and try to, find some sort of truth in what you're doing.
What did you learn on the street? Because you talk about being 13 and selling crack. Did that teach you something of how to be a successful businessman, or how we all are
all
common?
all the things that you apply in business. They say that he has great instincts, but on the streets, having great instincts can be the difference between life and death, not just losing a deal.
Or incarceration.
Or incarceration, which is less than death, right? And and being a person of high integrity, people want to deal with you, in business, in the
Trust.
streets, trust and honorable, and, a man of your word, all these things come to play in the business world. I'm not condoning any street activity, but it's just the way it is.
There's a redemptive power that making a choice has, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, I realize that to have the level of success that I want to have, it's difficult to spread it out and do multiple things. It takes such a desperate, obsessive focus. You really got to focus with all of your fiber and all of your heart and all of your creativity.
You are associated with a number of brands, HP, Coca-Cola, Budweiser. How do you decide who you want your name, your brand, your voice tied to, and what companies you don't?
I try to. Sometimes it's just more about relationships. I pretty much try to work with brands if there's some sort of partnership there. I don't typically do a one-off endorsement deals. I've just never been interested in that. It's just more so if I can create some sort of partnership. Coca-Cola was a partnership. Brand managers, acted as at one time. So I pretty much look for partners, as opposed to one-off endorsement deals.
Well, yeah, it seems like you insist on some creative control, that you're not willing to just give the jayz brand out or let people buy it from you.
Yeah, for me, it's my life. It's who I am as a person. So I can't just let someone have creative control of who I am.
Sure, it's important. Best investment advice that you ever received? What was it? Do you remember? Whether it was in the market or just investing in life and in business?
I think just doing things that you believe in, things that you understand. I think that's the best investment. I heard Warren Buffett say that just the other day. And I just innately felt that, just invest in things that you understand.
Speaking of Warren Buffett, you recently spent an afternoon with him in Omaha, Nebraska. You went to lunch, you sat down with him. Did it turn out that the two of you had more in common maybe than you thought?
I think most people do. After a conversation, you realize that you have more in common than things that are dissimilar. Yeah.
What did you take away from that? What did you learn from sitting with him, and what do you think he might have gleaned from meeting with you?
I don't know. I have no idea on his side. On my side, he's very sharp, and again, he just affirmed to me that instincts is really important in business. I didn't go to any proper business school or any super follow any manuals like the Record Business 101 or anything like that. I just pretty much followed my instincts. And he just reaffirmed that for me, that, your instincts are very important to you.
What about what you own? I read that your mother gave you a 3-ring binder, and you would write your lyrics in it as a child, and you'd hide it under your bed so that no one would steal it. Are your words still your most valuable possession?
Yeah, because they caused all of this, saved my life,
Saved your life?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, the things and activities that I was in, just as a broad statement, everyone says that. If I wouldn't have made it here, I wouldn't be here. But no, really, there was one of my friends who's like a dear friend of mine. We would be together every single day. And if it wasn't for rap, if I wasn't taken away from, the place I was. He went to jail for 12 years, and we were together every single day. So I can't even imagine a circumstance where I wouldn't be with him.